All right, I thought it would be fun to just do a quick little video on morning routines. I had a huge response yesterday from my Facebook and Instagram post about getting my mornings back and how amazing the routines are that the girls have gotten into. So I just wanted to answer that and maybe give a little bit of guidance on how I got there, because really I left it up to the kids. In the very beginning, I wanted the kids to know how to prioritize their time and to value time, because that was something I felt like just was not being stressed in a classroom. So when we started this, I started with, what does your perfect day look like? And then we added in my expectations and what was important for me. Obviously for me, getting in 60 to 90 minutes of intentional focused learning was really important that we got it on the schedule. For the girls, it was really important that they had built-in playtime and screen time. And then equally, it was important to me that they learned how to practice self-care and hygiene. So we took the things that were really important to both of us and we just mapped it out. Here's what it looks like though, because it's different for each of my kids because they're completely different people. Charlotte is somebody who values sleep. And I hear this from a lot of homeschool parents, the kid that would sleep all day. She's learned that being rested is really healthy and adds a lot of value to her life, but sleeping all day does not. So Charlotte knows that by 10 o'clock every day, which is something that we collectively have come to as a family, is that by 10 o'clock every day, we're going to meet for 60 to 90 minutes to go over our intentional focused academic learning. So whatever she does with those hours prior to 10 o'clock and what she does afterwards is pretty much up to her. What she's decided to do is sleep in until 9:30 in the morning. Therefore, the important personal care and hygiene stuff she does the night before. Charlotte showers the night before, she gets her clothes out for the day. Sometimes she even decides what she's going to eat for breakfast the next morning so she can get in all the sleep that she wants until 9:30. She wakes up, gets dressed, listens to some positive music, and she is completely clear-headed and ready to be a focused learner. Izzy, however, she just naturally wakes up between 6:30 and 7, and it takes her a while to wake up. She watches a little bit of screen time. She'll usually watch an episode of Little House on the Prairie. She showers in the morning, gets dressed. She prefers a hot breakfast, so she gives herself more time to cook eggs or oatmeal, and then she's ready to learn. The girls have just found that these are the things that make them better, I guess is the only way to put it. It makes them more alert. It makes them able to digest the material better. It makes them honestly just happier throughout the day. And so they build that in. They set alarm clocks for themselves. Maddie being a little bit older, and with your older kids, I think it gets super cool. Maddie has a planner that she fills in. She's started bullet journaling. She's constantly on Pinterest looking up new bullet journaling ideas, which is crazy creative, and I love seeing what she comes up with. On her bathroom mirror is her her personal health or self-care routine of washing my face, brushing my teeth, using my deodorant, whatever it is. She writes it all down on her bathroom mirror, the stuff that is really important to her and she knows is just going to make her feel good. So I have just allowed a lot of space for them to recognize, okay, this adds value, this brings me joy, this makes me really the best version of myself, and how do I fit that in? We also talk about what we consume throughout the day, the media we're consuming, the screen time we're consuming, the food we're consuming. How much time are we allotting to these activities and how do they make us feel? Where is our physical exercise at? And that's where charms come in for us. Charms is if you've heard of Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning, he has savers for adults. Charms are the Miracle Morning for kids. I don't require my kids to do it first thing in the morning. I feel like it's more of a pulse to check at the end of the day. So CHARMS is the acronym for doing something creative and healthy, and affirmation, reading, meditation, and service. So throughout the day, we just say, hey, am I doing stuff that's creative? Have I done something that's healthy today? What's my daily or weekly affirmation? For my girls, sometimes it's a weekly affirmation. I do ask that the girls read 20 to 30 minutes a day. I'm not crazy strict about it. However, they just kind of have fallen into this pattern that they pick up their book at pretty much at the same time every day for each of them, even though it's different for each of them. Meditation in our house is prayer, and then were you of service? So were you of service to your siblings in a way that you were helping them? Did you help me with your little brother? Did you unload the dishwasher? Something along those lines. So that's kind of where our routine just naturally falls into place, because the girls have goals and habits that they're focusing on continuously throughout the day. I think that it's important to remember that your kids' routine and your routines are not always going to look the same, and that from kid to kid, those routines are going to look different. I don't nag my kids to set an alarm in the morning anymore. I don't remind them to shower. I don't tell them to go brush their teeth, because I'm raising responsible, accountable adults. So now we're a couple of years in, and this is just what they know to go to. It wasn't always like this. I want you to be so patient with yourself and with your kids, and know that this takes time. Start with one habit, maybe. Start with charms, or start with when's the best time to take your shower for your older kid. What's a fair time to wake up for that kid who values their sleep a little bit more? And be okay with compromising with them. I know that, especially for us parents that are coming out of a traditional background, a traditional school setting, this can sound so crazy. But I promise I have just stuck with it and allowed that freedom and allowed that space. And the girls have really figured out, even Izzy, who's 7 years old, has figured out a rhythm that works for her in just realizing what adds the most value to her life. So I hope that helps a little bit. I think that it's really about just being patient and talking to them and realizing what's important, and making time not only for the stuff that's important for you for them to do, but the stuff that's important to them, that they get to also do that. So let me know if I can go into greater detail or if I can elaborate any more. But that's really how our routines have shaped themselves and continue to shape themselves. And it really is, I mean, the most beautiful thing to watch as the girls set just everyday habits and watching them carry those out on their own.